So in this video, I want to talk about 3 things that you want to know to make healthy habits easier. So I have a question for you. Have you brushed your teeth today? Have you brushed your teeth today? I'm guessing the answer is probably yes, you have, at least once, maybe some of you twice. Now, I'm also guessing that it's not the most fun thing in your world right now, brushing your teeth, but that you do it and it's habitual for you, not because you enjoy it, but because it's become a habit, you do it. So I want to talk about habits tonight, and I want to use teeth brushing as a bit of an example. So when you can't stick to healthy habits, or when you're trying to make healthy habit changes, but it just doesn't happen, you feel like you're going round and round in circles, you try something for a few days, it doesn't work, you get annoyed with yourself, you get annoyed with the thing you're trying to change, you look at other people and they seem to have no problem having healthy habits and keeping them up, or maybe in some other areas of your life you have no problem keeping up some healthy habits, but for some reason you struggle with a few of them. Now, there might, of course, be other reasons why these habits are hard, and that could be that it's very emotionally tied, or you're self-sabotaging, something like that. And those are things that need dealing with separately. But if we're just looking at habits that are quite shallow, kind of just things that would be fairly easy to change, fairly easy to do, and there's no real reason why not, then I hope this helps you. So to look at making healthy habits stick, let's look at something that already happens that's stuck. So the toothbrush example. So what is your cue to brushing your teeth? When you brush your teeth in the morning, is it because you're just about to leave the house? Is it because you've just got out of the shower? Is it because you're just about to get in the shower? Is it because you see your toothbrush and your toothpaste? I know I say tooth a bit strange. Some of you, do you say tooth like me, or do you say tooth? But let me know, what's your cue? What's your cue to cleaning your teeth? Mine is actually mainly about to leave the house, because I find sometimes if I have days working from home and I don't go out first thing for the school run, then sometimes I realize that it's about 11 o'clock in the morning and I haven't brushed my teeth. So for me, it's definitely that going out of the house that is the main cue. So there's 4 elements to a habit that's established. There's a cue or a trigger, there's a craving or a desire, there's the action, and then there's the reward. And we can look at these to help us form healthier habits. Without any of those 4 things, then it's not a habit, because it doesn't continue. So we've got the cue. So it's something that reminds you to do something. It's a bit of a trigger. It makes you think about doing something. Then we've got the craving or the desire, the need to do it. So with toothbrushing, it will be like, although it's not the most fun, enjoyable thing in the world, I don't want my teeth to fall out, or I don't want them to get holes in them. I don't want toothache. I don't want them to go brown. Those are the desires and the cravings that we have. And then the action. So those cravings lead us towards the action. And then we get the reward of clean teeth. So it's a very simple cycle that then just continues. So when it comes to other habits, we can use these stages to help us. So how can you use cues and triggers with the other habits that you want to establish? Can you overdose on these cues and triggers and reminders? If you want to eat a slightly healthier diet, can you be very visual with your cues? Have things around the house that will prompt you to eat more healthily? Can you look at healthy recipe books where there's just loads of lovely bright colors? Can you walk through fresh food supermarkets and the fruit and veg aisles at the supermarket before you go to the other aisles? What can you do to cue that and trigger that in you and make you want to do it a bit more and give yourself more chance of wanting to do it? And what about the craving desires? How can you increase these? So how can you feed your motivations to want to change? Can you read success stories about people who've managed to learn a new skill or transform the way that they eat? Can you surround yourself with people who are doing similar? Can you really focus on your goals and really picture and vision what you want? Can you do some research into what will happen if you don't use your healthy habit? How can you increase that craving and the desire to want to do this thing that you want to do? And then how can you make the reward more immediate? Because the habit cycle needs to include reward to make us want to do it again, because that gives our brains the hit that we're looking for, and that makes us think, oh yeah, I want to do that again. But sometimes with healthy habit forming, you don't get the rewards till a little bit later. The rewards are delayed, and that can be part of the problem why people give up easily at the beginning, because the rewards just don't seem to be coming. So we need to take responsibility to shorten that reward cycle and make sure we get some kind of reward for sticking to our habit. So whether that's a monetary reward, whether that's like patting yourself on the back, whether that's treating yourself to 5 minutes to sit down and read a magazine, whatever that may be, or marking something off on the chart. That's why that's so popular with kind of ticking boxes, or putting a sticker, or putting a marble in a jar, or making note of when you've done what you've committed to do. So if you can increase these three things, so increase the cues, increase the triggers that remind you to do these things, if you can increase the craving and the desire by feeding your motivations and surrounding yourself with encouraging and inspiring things, then brilliant. And if you can make the reward more immediate, then all these things will make it more likely that the habit cycle continues. And this action, which at first, when you're trying to change a habit, is quite a conscious effort, will over time become a more natural habit. So I'd love to know what you're going to do. How are you going to increase some cues and some triggers? How are you going to increase your cravings, desires? How are you going to make the rewards more immediate? It'd be lovely to hear any ideas that you've got. So do type those in the comments. And I hope to see you all soon. We've got our reflection, coffee and conversation morning on Saturday, the 12th of February at 10 a.m, where I'll be speaking and I'll be talking about freedom and sharing a few thoughts on that. So do come and join us. I'll put the link in the comments. Okay, take care everyone, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.